Hi, hope you all are in peace. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In the previous video, I learned drawing different angles of the face and the step-by-step drawing. And in this video, I am gonna try to draw facial features using the steps that I learned in the previous video. And as the video progresses, you are gonna watch me progress in my art. So let's enjoy it. Not only I am learning where to place the features of the face on the reference lines, I am also gonna try to give it some realistic effect. So for that, I'm gonna try to do as much shadings as it needs and try to just give it a lot of time and my mind to try to improve it. And so far it's not very bad, so I just left it there and went for the hair, which I wanted to give it a flipped back style. Now if I would want to roast the portrait that I drew myself, it is just not looking real at all. It just, the shading is kind of giving it the feel. The eyes are not the same. Both the eyes were supposed to be looking in the front towards the camera, but it is looking different. Both are different. And the eyebrows are kind of good, but coming to the nose, it again looks horrible. The lips are shaded well, and the jawline is a bit odd. So we are not just gonna stay on this portrait and just cry over the split milk. We are just gonna move forward to the second portrait. For the second one, I wanted it to look to the side, and for that I am again using the Loomis method that I practiced in the previous video, but it was not going so well, so I had to draw this again and again. The center line has to be moved more towards the right side where the face is facing, so I had to draw it again and again. Well, it went pretty well, and now it was time for the facial features, and I was stuck at the nose. The nose is a bit of a difficult part of the face to make for me, but I roughly placed the features on the lines and the markings, and then when I was happy with it, I went over it and gave it a real touch. Now, as the shading can save any portrait, it can also destroy it. For this side look, I tried to give it a shading and a good jawline, but it started looking like a feminine portrait with masculine features. I wanted to give it shadings and lightings as if the lighting is coming from one side and the other side has to be shaded. So I tried to do that and it kind of looked very rough, but I just kept going and learning from the mistakes. Now, after giving it a clean hair look, it's time to roast the second portrait too. It is just like a clean look with messy shadings. So, not artistic at all. And as long as I look on the first portrait, it kept on looking the worst. Anyways, moving on to the third one, I wanted to make a bigger portrait. So, starting off with a big circle and a middle line, and I wanted it to be facing downwards, so I am drawing the lines likewise should be facing downwards and curved. So the central line is for the eyebrows, so I'm roughly placing the eyebrows and roughly shading it for now. Then I drew another line for the eyes so that the placing of the eyes should be at the same level. Then time to draw the nose. This is the nose line and the most dangerous part for me to draw because it's the hardest. So I really need to practice on it, but I really tried to do well here. So hope you like it. Now I have roughly placed all the features on the reference markings, and it's time to draw the face shape. I wanted to give her a good jawline and a good contour, which I am gonna be shading afterwards. Then I am drawing the hairline and then the neck. And when it is looking pretty satisfied, I'm going over it again to darken it and to add the details. So I'm starting with the first eye and really giving it shadings, some dark lines, some lighter ones, and some highlights using the eraser. I don't have a special highlighting tool here. I'm just using eraser to erase the parts where I want it to be highlighted and clean out the messy lines. So after placing the lines of the eyes and moving on to the blending, I am using a painting brush to blend it. We can use cotton buds, we can use fingertips, anything. And here I am removing the parts which I need to be whitened up using the eraser. And I am actually using a big eraser which is to cover bigger areas, not areas like this. So I messed it up and erased the lines unintentionally. So I drew it again. That's okay. And here the eye is looking pretty serious. Moving on to the second eye, I wanted to make it a bit shorter because apparently it's gonna be facing less towards the camera. So, not to my surprise, it's pretty very short. So I tried to fix it using the shadings. I tried to make it bigger because I have placed the lines very dark here that I cannot remove it. If I try to remove it, it's gonna create a big mess. So I just kept going with it and tried to make it bigger using the shadings. Here I'm really trying my best to make the nose not look cringe. And now you're gonna watch me mess this fine looking portrait by trying to add the contour. It was not supposed to be that sharp, and I made it pretty sharp, so it is kind of messed up. However, it's not looking, bad. So I kind of accepted it, and I thought that shading might fix this. So it has fixed it to about 50%, so I am just okay with it. Eventually, the face shading is done. The shape looks pretty good and kind of humanly. So I went to do the hair. And I started off by doing the hairline, and I did not give this much of an effort. I firstly placed the hair roughly and then just shaded it using this 6B sketching pencil that I'm using. I just, for the details, drew the hairline on the forehead, and for the rest of the hair, I just shaded it, and it just looked like very smoothly placed and drawn hair. So it was pretty surprising for me. Well, it's pretty much it, and not so bad, and kind of an improvement. So hope you'll like it. Thanks for watching, and bye.